Yo, 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 back at it again with another episode. We're a day late, but we're not a buck short today. But we are a man down. We just got the best in today. Our boy
The
Andrew
best.
is having some personal diarrhea or some kind of issue, but it's all good because we're here to pick up the slack. Got your boy here, Khan. We got Matt with me. We're going to be dropping it and giving it to you everything we got for today. So, what you been up to, Matt?
Nothing. Watching Big Brother.
How's that going?
Playing. It's going all right, man. It's kind of a boring season. Um,
Gotcha,
the
gotcha.
house got split like the first day. Like
Yeah,
so, instead of like the buildup of trust and stuff, people just immediately started forming two different sides of the house. So it from that point comes whoever wins the head of household takes the other side out pretty much, and now it's just boring because it's
uh,
going to happen the whole season up
yeah, I
until the
feel you.
factions join each other. But
Besides that, anything else going on? How's the kiddo? How's the wife? How's work going?
kid is cool. Wife is good. Work's going good. Got my job offer today, so that has been signed.
Nice, man.
Which means tomorrow I go look at my PC. I'm gonna see if I can get it ordered tomorrow. I think.
You're gonna piece it together. Or you're gonna put it all together.
I'm gonna piece it together, but someone's gonna. I'm not building it. Someone's gonna build it for me.
Yeah. Smart move, man. Get it with a warranty, dude, just in case. Just in case. But that's good, man. You're gonna build a game more for gaming, or you're gonna do for more of like a whole product kind of thing, like your a general PC.
Gaming. I don't have
Going for
any
gaming.
specific I don't have anything else to do with it besides game.
Yeah.
My TikTok stuff and my editing's done on my phone anyway, so that's doesn't need
Yeah,
a
man.
PC for that. But yeah, just gaming.
Well, that's good to hear. Good to hear. Good to hear. So, you pick up any new games for the Switch? Any new shows you've been watching, or is it just trying to catch up on some old content?
Got back to the YouTube stuff, so like watching Mr. Beast had like two videos I watched. Watching some podcasts. I started watching Drewski's YouTube channel.
Oh,
Drewski's
that's hilarious, dude. It's hilarious.
Caribbean Record stuff is so funny. Um, Shows though, I am trying to find some shows. I think I'm gonna try that Jason Momoa show called C or something like that.
The one on Apple
Uh,
TV. That one.
yeah, Apple TV. There's actually a lot
Yeah.
of Apple TV shows I was gonna pick up, but I know my time is so limited that whenever I have time, I'm just playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, I feel you on that, dude. Especially right now with the way content it is. There's nothing that's blockbuster that like you gotta watch. It's right now we're just trying to pick up on all the things that we put on the back burner to watch those AAA titles. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But besides that, man, I'm in the same boat, dude. Work's been good. Passed my test. Finished promoted out of the class. I already got promoted to hopefully hopefully being in the first class to do financials to get a little bit of a money increase, but don't count the ducks until they're there. But twisting my fingers and hoping and hoping and hoping. But
Yeah,
yeah, so I was gonna go watch the Blue Beetle tonight, but there's some other things that got me sidetracked that I'm gonna be doing. But what's your thoughts so far? What have you heard? What's your reaction to a lot of the positive and negative news about Blue Beetle?
I've heard no negative actually outside of like it's gonna bomb in the box office, which is like, I mean, it's not like no fault of the movies, I should say.
Yeah,
But I've heard nothing but good things. I heard he does a good job with it. I know it's gonna flop, unfortunately.
that sucks, man.
But I've heard nothing but good things
Yeah.
though. Literally everything's come out has been good things, and I'll watch it at some point. I have other things on my mind that I'm looking to watch. Like I want to watch Oppenheimer again, um,
Mm.
and I don't really want to waste my time with Blue Beetle. So I'll probably just watch TMNT or something like that. But yeah,
Yeah, I think
I'm in a weird thing where like I do want to go see Blue Beetle, but I really don't want to waste a ticket on Blue Beetle. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat. If my youngest boy wouldn't have saw the trailer on his iPad and was like, "Dad, I want to go watch that," I kind of I kind of would have been like, "I'm cool, I'm not watching it and just waiting for it to come to a streaming service." But he wants to go to the movies. He wants to go watch it. So I'm like, I haven't taken him to the movies in a hot minute, especially just me and him. And
Yeah,
if he wants to go, I'm all in. I
I'm sure
really
it'll be
wanted to
good.
watch Turtles, but he was telling me he wanted to watch Turtles, and then he saw this, and he was like, "I want to go watch that." So that's where we're gonna watch. It is his birthday weekend from Monday, so
Yeah,
hot dogs and hopefully the Blue Beetle is how
hot
I'm gonna
dogs. I'm
pop
excited.
off. You know what
Excited
I
for
mean?
excited for the chocolate cake tomorrow. To be honest.
Dude, me too, man. But I don't. I'm the thing. I'm gonna pass on that, dude. My guts been eating cafeteria food at my office, and it's just like trying to stay as healthy as possible eating it, and it's
Yeah.
coming out one way, not how it's going in. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yeah, I need to relax. I'm like on my ninth gallon of water, trying to cleanse myself, pretty much. But we'll divert from that because I'm pretty sure nobody wants to hear that.
Probably
But
not.
yeah, hard pass. So, living legend, the man himself, Mr. Call of Duty. I butcher his name every time, but you were telling me earlier that he is walking away from the Call of Duty
Oh yeah, Vonderhaar.
franchise. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
He
Vonderhaar's walking
is.
away.
I'm not a Black Ops guy, and I know he is the man for Black Ops, but he is his game. His first game is what got me into Call of Duty. Call of Duty, Big Red One,
Yeah.
was a great game. Call of Duty Two, just it. I bought it on the 360 and I played for hours, dude. Call of Duty 3 kind of sucked, but Call of Duty 2 was what hooked me. Going uphill, playing King of the Castle with the Luger. That was the first time everybody in the lobby could hear each other. So everybody was just saying the most profound. I don't even know what to say. I heard so much language that I can't even put into categories on like the things I heard. As
Yeah.
yeah, that's how where I think I became a man because I was like Googling what is this? Maybe not. You know what I mean? Like I got called things that I don't wish on my worst enemy. But if
Yeah.
it wasn't for that man, I probably wouldn't be playing Call of Duty. I wouldn't have got the bug, the hook, the itch, the scratch, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I know you're a Modern Warfare 3 guy, Modern Warfare 2 guy, the
Yes, I
old
am.
ones.
Yeah,
But
the
it's
OGs.
undoubtedly and unprecedentedly that Black Ops 2 is the best Call of Duty of all time. I would say for if you ask 5 people, 4 of them say Black Ops 2 is the best one. And then
Yeah,
you'll have the
I
one
agree with it.
you have the one that says Modern Warfare 3. Usually, those are your top twos. And Vonderhaar is single handedly responsible for that. I would say the last 10 years, he's had the best games. Cold War was the best of the last 4 years. Black Ops 3 was the best of the Jetpack games, and Black Ops 4, which is probably our last actual good COD that we've had. So every game that he's responsible for has been good. I always say in Treyarch we trust because Treyarch usually is the best. It's only because Vonderhaar though he listens to the people. So
He
Vonderhaar is
does.
gone now, and he was a big advocate for the competitive scene. And he really stressed competitively. That's the only reason why League plays exist now because he put it in his game in Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
So I'm sad to see him go. I'm interested to see what he's working on next. He does have some kind of project he said he's working on. But with Treyarch having the next game and they now no longer have a creative director, I'm very concerned for next year all of a sudden when I had the mindset of in Treyarch we trust next year. Uh, so we'll see what happens, but I'm sad to see Vonderhaar go. I hope whatever he does it works out well for him because he was sitting comfy for the last 18 years doing this, and he's doing something else. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah, man. He's done the he made COD Black Ops. I'm reading it right here. His some of his biggest games. One of his biggest game is Black Ops 3. But man, he has some bangers, dude. Like I
yeah,
loved Ghost. I thought Ghost was amazing. I played Black Ops 3. Didn't play Black Ops 4. Black Ops 2 was fun. Black Ops 1 kind of got the bug, but I was also being jaded because of coming off Modern Warfare 3. It was a new thing. But man, I think he's going to be missed. I think he's going to be, I think somebody who fills those shoes is going to have to come with the love. They can't come with the, coming from a Halo and this is what we did. Like, it's going to have to be someone who really truly loves the Call of Duty franchise to even step in that man's shadows and give us a product that is worth playing. And like you said, I'm kind of nervous now because lately Activision has been nothing but a cash grab. So what does that say for the future? I don't know, but we're gonna see.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's in a weird spot for sure. I think this next year is going to be pretty good from what they've announced. But the year after that, if it's going back to Sledgehammer, or not Sledgehammer, going back to Infinity Ward, we're gonna have some worries because Joe Seacott, the guy that's the lead developer of Infinity Ward, he completely ignores everybody all the time, and
Yes, he does.
this game is dying because of it.
100%. And what's weird is like the first 1-2 Call of Duty, the Infinite Warfare or Infinity War games were bangers, dude. They were amazing.
They're
And
very
then
good.
I don't know what happened to the. I want to say that's when they broke up and they kind of just left. And then they got like the new blood in who just didn't have that kind of OG thought process on a game. And then their games lately have been shit. And
Yeah,
if it wasn't for them already having the blueprint of Soap and Price and this legendary story, I think they would have shit the bed. Right now, they're banking on us and our nostalgia on growing up with Soap and growing up with Captain Price. These are things that I think Call of Duty is banking on, because if you watch that new trailer, it is nothing but Price. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Show us some new stuff.
and it's always
Hands
gonna be
down, yeah.
priced.
It's always going to be Price, but like, and I know he's the moneymaker, him, Ghost, but like, show us something new, man. Because right now you're like, I'm not pre-ordering this one because I pre-ordered the last one, and what did it do for me? I got 3 skins that I never use, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I was listening to a podcast today with some of the guys that got, remember the early access to this one where they had the big hangar and all the content creators were there and they were playing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember that? A lot of those dudes signed contracts with Activision and whoever to give feedback, that they're going to be giving feedback. They're going to be giving collective criticism to the developers, the suits, what they needed to change, what they needed to fix. And a lot of those content creators were like, dude, they didn't listen to anything we said. Not one thing. It's like they used this as advertisement, and then that was see you later. And
Yeah.
I could definitely see that because that game failed hard. The 2.0 of Warzone was dog crap. You know what I mean? Nobody wanted to play it. It just wasn't there, you know? And
I don't
that's what
think the
feel about
content creators. This is gonna be tough to like explain, but I don't think they should be even the ones to go to in the first place. Content creators should not be the ones that they're going to ask about feedback for the game. No offense to like Nick Merckx and Tim and Courage and all those big guys, but they left Call of Duty years ago. They don't deserve to have feedback on the game all of a sudden.
Mhm.
The pro players who play this game 8 hours a day, they need to be the ones that get communicated with, especially because they're a part of your franchise directly.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't
So
think about that.
the content creators is as much as some of them say they want, what's best for the game so they can play all the time, they really don't. They just want what's trending. I mean, if you think about it, they went from like Among Us to Fall Guys, and those games got dropped in a matter of
Fast.
seconds because
Yeah.
they're on whatever wave they can get on to pop off for the stream. Now there are some like true Call of Duty streamers, looking at guys like Bobby, and I think Courage would go back to it if it was good enough. But generally speaking, if content creators aren't putting time into play the game anyway, I'm not going to listen to them regardless. But these developers at Infinity Ward, they don't care anyway in the first place.
Yeah.
Like these are the wrong people to even like. You should know that these developers at Infinity Ward specifically are not taking any feedback. They haven't done it since it's Infinite Warfare, I would say. So that's why Treyarch was like, I'm like, at least every 3 years they get a Treyarch one. Although this year Sledgehammer is looking like they're coming for redemption. I'm happy with what they're doing so far.
Yeah, me too.
But
so you coming from me too, coming from a multiplayer background where we played multiplayer a lot. We did get heavy into the war, or I got heavy into the Warzone for Verdansk. Didn't really play when it came to Warzone. What was the second one? Caldera. I didn't really care for it because the game mode just wasn't for me. What game was that? Call of Duty Vanguard. I just thought it was trash. For Caldera, right? It went Cold War, then did it go Cold War, then Vanguard, or Vanguard Cold War?
Cold War was first.
Okay, so I didn't play Cold War. I played a little bit of it, but I didn't play it as much as I played the other games. But Vanguard and Caldera, it dropped off. the new Call of Duty comes out. We both jumped on Warzone. We had a lot of fun. We got a couple dubs here and there, but it died fairly quickly.
Yeah.
Now, we and you are not Warzone enthusiasts, but what would something that Warzone could do to get you back into that? What would you say? Maybe list a couple things. What would you say?
Yeah, the map is trash. Overall map design is
Yes.
awful. So it's not small enough. That's the first thing. There's no like central like the looting. There's no it's so random with looting that there's no centralized position for like immediate gunfights. It's like examples like Apex Legends, they tell you where the rare loot is when you drop. So everyone goes there and they fight, and it just makes it exciting for the first, I don't know, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Warzone doesn't have that. Um, the map is awful. It's just way too spread far apart. Like if you're in a building, okay, there's actually a lot of things that go on because of just the core gameplay mechanics of this game.
Yeah.
Footsteps are way too loud.
Way too loud.
I shouldn't be able to hear someone 3 buildings over, which causes me to not move, and vice versa. The other thing is that because the map is so wide and so big, I can't move from place to place easily because I'm gonna get caught running for 30 minutes. So there's just a
Okay,
lot
I
wrong
agree
with
with
the
that.
map. I think the map is the big thing. If they just shrink it down a lot, and then if they fix footsteps, which I think they're going to in this next game, I think it'll be okay. But honestly, I've never liked Warzone in the first place. The first Warzone wasn't
Yeah.
bad.
No,
Verdansk
it
was
wasn't
actually a
bad at
pretty
all.
good map. But I was such a big fan of Blackout that I think that's the way they should have stayed and kept it.
Mhm.
And they just ruined it with Warzone, and now they can't figure out how to get that hook back or anything like that. But
Yeah.
again, Infinity War has been terrible at map design in general, so I wasn't surprised this map was terrible.
Yeah.
But they need to do a lot of things to fix Warzone, and I think making it smaller and more fast paced is going to be the big thing. It's not fast paced enough for a Call of Duty shooter.
Yeah, and then I totally agree with this. I feel like they like Verdansk had enough space in between buildings for you to possibly be sniped, but then for also you to get under and get some cover. You know what I mean? You weren't just running for 3 football fields. Hopefully I don't get sniped, and then you get sniped. Like
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah.
The newer maps, the smaller ones, there's like a European map. I can't remember what it's called, where it looks like it's like a small, like little city. It's a good map. I really like it. It's just there's too many buildings you can stand on top of and control way too much. And it's kind of annoying because the map is it's small enough where you can be on one building and float across the whole map. So it's like it's just weird.
Yeah.
I do like the mechanics of how you can move faster now, but it's just like you have to have the equal balance of movement versus cover and shoot. And I just either has too much cover or it's just not enough. But there's nothing that's getting me hooked to jump back in. And to be honest with you, and this is weird for me to say, I have been stuck to my Razer Kishi. I've been playing the shit out of the Call of Duty Mobile, dude. I'm not gonna
Mobile's
lie to you.
good.
I've been playing ranked on Call of Duty Mobile, and I'm looking forward to it.
Mobile's
It's
good.
so weird. I love the mechanics. I love the speed, the gun, the looting. It's entertaining. I'm liking it. And I feel like that fun is definitely missing in the BR world right now. I'm a huge anime fan, and we'll switch over to back to War or Call of Duty real quick. But Fortnite is I'm getting bored with it, man. They're adding new stuff that I thought I would be so excited for, but it's doing nothing for me. So we'll finish up this Call of Duty topic real quick. So this new one coming out, we all love the story. Call of Duty tells a good story. Almost every game that's come out, great story. They don't shit the bed on the stories.
Yeah.
But are you paying $70 for this next Call of Duty because of the story, or are you paying $70 because of the package?
Is the price confirmed?
As
Did
of
they
right
announce the
now,
price?
on pre-order, I saw $69.99.
Okay, let me look.
Let me double check. I'm gonna double check that too because I saw on
You're probably right, to be honest with you. I haven't looked at the pricing because I'm buying it either way. But
yeah,
let me see. Pre-order Vault Edition Cross Gen Standard. There's no price on here. What is going on with you, Call of Duty? Pre-order Modern Warfare 3. Click on
Yeah, I
that
see
button.
$69.99 for Call of Duty 3 pre-order bonus in store. Okay, so there's one. There's a
Yeah.
grip load, and I
Yeah, I
see
see him.
$69.99. Okay, cool. $9.99 for the Vault Edition. Yeah, way too many different pre-orders. Call of Duty, way too many, dude. Yeah, so
Mine only has
69.90
two.
bucks.
Mine only has two for PC. But
So I
anyways,
have.
so you get tier skips for that's for $99 one. So the first one you get a skin.
Mhm.
Soap operator pack. You can use it now and whatever. And that's it. 60.
And
Okay.
then you get the
So 70
open
bucks.
beta code. I think you get the beta code for
Yeah, but you can get that by watching somebody
October.
play it.
Yeah, that's true too.
Um, well, okay. So that one, there's going to be 16 maps that are going to come out. That's quite robust for like a Call of Duty release. There's usually like 10.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they're remastered maps. So like, how hard was it really to make these 16 maps? Um, I would say that if they remaster these 16 maps and they announce like 6, 7 more, um, like original maps, which they need to have original maps as well, then the $70 is kind of right on par with every other game right now. Um, but it's I'm excited for the game. Like this, I haven't been this excited for a Call of Duty in a really long time. Everything they announced. The crazy part is like everything that Infinity War did, Sledgehammer's
Mhm.
undoing, and like listening to everybody. Um, I just think that they need to have more than these older maps put in to really
Yeah.
justify what it is. The old maps are going to be great and fun, and I hope, pray to God, that they're going to be the competitive Call of Duty maps are going to be like out of that map pool.
Yeah.
But it's going to get old real quick if you play the same maps from 10, 15 years ago
Yeah. So
for
right
the
now,
next 6 months.
this is what's leaked. Well, this is all just leaked from Modern Warzone on Twitter. They're saying it's Afghan derailed estate. So pretty much the whole lineup from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah.
So I was watching Scump stream the other day of him doing a reaction to the Call of Duty event, and then he switched over to some other guy talking about it. And that guy, I don't know who he was, but Scump was watching him. He was saying that there should be 20 maps by the end of the year, 16 maps coming from remaster, and 4 maps coming from being brand new. But I don't know how I feel about that. To be honest with you, I love the OG maps, but I kind of want new content, man. Don't sucker me in with recycled content. You know what I mean? I'm cool with half of these maps, but then some of them I'm like sub base is a good map, terminal underpass is a good map, but you can get there's some maps that are just like why are we doing this? You know what I mean? From competitive and to just multiplayer, it's just too big of a map. Like, what are we
Too
doing?
big of a map?
Yeah, there's some maps that have a lot of dead zone in these maps. There's a
The,
snow map. I can't remember what it's called. That there's corners of the map that I played for years, and I never went over there. You know what I mean? There's connexes that I don't think anybody has ever been over there. You know what I mean? Like I just
yeah.
think some of these maps are just they're perfect squares, and it just everything is here, and it's very rare that people come out to those edges, especially in some of these maps because there's no high points. A lot of the high points are center of the map. So if you're going to be sniping, you wouldn't be sitting way off to the right or off to the left. Kind of weird,
Mm.
but yeah, like Wasteland, good map. It's a little big, but if you can snipe, that's your map. Underpass, good map. Terminal, sub, Skid Row,
Yeah,
Scrapyard.
would say like the map, although it's gonna be the same, the game's gonna play different.
Yeah, I think so too.
Not anywhere
Definitely with
near the
guns.
slow paced as it was back in the day. It's gonna be fast paced still.
Oh yeah.
Uh, there's gonna be abusive mechanics like side canceling, that kind of stuff that are gonna it's gonna be the same map that we're familiar with, but the game's gonna feel different still. Because of like core gameplay mechanics that are way more advanced nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I think it'll be fresh enough. But I do think they need to add a couple like new maps so it keeps it
Yeah.
fresh. I think for the first
There's
3 or 4 months it'll be fresh enough, and then after that, you'll be like, all right, this has been great, but I played this in 2009. Like, give me
yeah.
something else now. So
especially in 2009 when there's trick shotters were just doing some crazy shit. And I would love to see competitive COD play on some of these maps. But then at the same time, there's a couple maps and I'm like, there's no way a person like what's the dude from FaZe, the curly haired guy, what's his name? AR, just a monster with the AR.
Oh, Celium?
Celium, there's a couple maps here that Celium gets 1 point and he can hold down the whole map by himself. You know what I mean? Like if you play a state and you get hedges, it's over. You know what I mean? You're killing everybody. Afghan, you get over there by the crops, or you get up on hill or up on the cliff, it's over. Like, but I don't think those are going to be competitive maps. But
yeah, state definitely
like,
will be.
Yeah, that's a huge map. But then you have like Scrapyard, you have Favela, or not Favela, what is it called? High Rise. Those are cool, intricate maps that I would love to see competitive play, but they have to introduce new stuff. There's no way they're going to be playing competitive on 2009 maps that are not built for it. You know what I mean? Unless they remaster it and change it. It could be changed too. You know what I mean?
I think Terminal would be fine. I think
Subbase would be fine.
Subbase would be fine.
Subbase, I got my first nuke.
I think maybe Wasteland would be fine too.
Ooh, Wasteland would be cool to see competitive.
Going through that trench through the middle. There's some good ones here, but they definitely, I mean, there's also new game modes that like, and the way Hardpoint's going to play is going to be different points now instead of just the regular like 4 points that there used to be. It's going to be like 10.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't think High Rise is going to be like High Rise Rust. No. Those are just going to be fun ones. Corey is going to be a fun one.
Ooh, Corey's so good, dude.
Estate
Such a good map. I love some of these maps because they're anti-camper spots that they would put like a wall behind a certain location. That way, if somebody was camping, you knew tube it and take them out. But then some of these maps, you can camp like a mother, dude, and you don't have to move at all. You know, you lay down and it's over. But it's going to be interesting to see. I hope they come out with some new stuff, or I hope they put their spin on some of these maps and not just copy and paste with new graphics, but yet add some different access points to here, to there. And then the fact that you can climb now is going to be totally a different new map. You know what I mean? Instead of having to jump to that one block to get to that other spot, you're going to be able to mantle and jump up. So it should be cool.
Yeah, there are some things that I'm nervous about, like the freaking.
What is that?
Like military equipment stuff, like tactical vests and gloves and different boots that make you do different things.
Oh, so that actually a real thing? I thought that was like a joke. They were kind of
no, it's a real thing. It's a real thing. I think instead of the perk system, they're gonna go with something like that, where it's like these gloves give you like flinch resistance, or faster reload. These boots make you super quiet. So
I thought I saw a meme that I thought it was a joke at first, but I didn't know that was real.
Yeah. The other thing is there's gonna be aftermarket parts, which is gonna be pretty cool. Instead of like having like the basic like customization gunsmith stuff, there's gonna be able to like have universal things that go across all weapons.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's actually really cool.
There's some good stuff here. It's just there's gonna be some. I just think the creative class system is already way too complex. So adding that stupid like tactical vest and like tactical gloves is just gonna make it even like more, I don't know, worse. Like I'm just go back to the pick 10 system and we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm definitely cool with that. I'm also cool with kind of eliminating some of the kill streaks, to be honest with you. As much as a kill streak whore I used to be about my Harrier, my Predator missile, to be honest with you, going back playing COD 4 or Call of Duty 4, just the first Modern Warfare, the original, the fact that there was only 3 different kill streaks was kind of refreshing. I know the game plays very hard now. It doesn't live up to it doesn't age very well, but I had so much more fun where just those 3, and the chopper was overpowered, but it is what it is. But I would like to see them dial it back a little bit with kill streaks and all these super crazy attachments, like grenades that go through walls. Like I get it, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man, what the fuck, dude? You know? But I don't want to. I think they did good with the Modern Warfare. I think they squeezed a little bit too hard with money out of Modern Warfare 2. And then with this Modern Warfare 3, I think, to be honest with you, I'm praying and hoping that they kind of come around to just build a pretty solid game with a good foundation. I hope that's what it is. And if it isn't, then get whoever is in directing this out of there, and let's keep it moving on to something else. Maybe bring back the jetpacks. I don't know. But yeah, let's let that conversation die or lay where it is. Let's move on to the next one. So, since our boy Andrew is gone, we get to actually do some fun shit because Andrew likes to talk about Rocket League.
Just Rocket League.
Again and again and again and again. We love him. But there's a thing called football.
We don't love Rocket League.
Yeah, we love to see Andrew happy, man, and I love that he's passionate about Rocket League. I wish I was too, because then it'd be cool to talk to him about it. But I can't get into it, but it's fun to watch. But there is a thing that this family does every year. We play fantasy football. So if you are not into fantasy football, all three of you guys, you're probably going to want to leave now because we're going to get into some fantasy football. We're going to give you our who's going to shit the bed this year. We're going to give you who our guys are, and then who we think is going to be MVP of the season. We'll say who's going to win people championships. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So take it off, Matt. Take it away.
What are you going to start with?
Let's start with the bust. Who do you think is going to be the biggest bust? Let me pull up what I got on my end. And we're going to be using NFL fantasy, and I have it pulled up. You tell me who you think is going to be the biggest bust of the year. We'll do top three. We'll go quarterback, running back, wide receiver. You think you can do that?
Yeah, easy.
Cool. And I'm going to give you. Want me to go first, or do you want to go?
So, are we basing this based off of like their average draft position, or
we're giving it on our own opinion? Who do you think is going to be the guy who's getting all this hype that's just not going to be?
Yeah,
is not coming back. He's not going to be in the show next. Now, I'm not going to say he's getting kicked out of the NFL, but he's just not going to be that guy. You know what I mean?
So, quarterback. Let me think here. Let me get a list up real quick of rankings.
Yeah, go for it.
I can't get a single one that is working properly.
You want me to put it in Discord? Or you got it?
Yeah, no, Discord's fine.
In Discord.
Bro, they want ESPN Plus for everything. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, dude. I went to the NFL.com because that was the easiest one to pull up. Everything else is just.
All right, let's do this. Here we go. Quarterback. Who's going to be a bust at quarterback? This is tough. This who's going to be a bum?
I want to hear why, and I want to hear what position do you think he falls to by the end of the year?
Yeah. So Justin Fields is at 6, but that's not terrible because he can rush. Herbert at 7.
I don't know why Anthony Richardson's in this. He hasn't played a snap.
He's a starter. He has to be in it.
Yeah, but there's some people who are already tried and true on this list, and they have him above it. But
so I keep looking at number 9 for me, which is Deshaun Watson. I think he's going to finish outside of the top 15.
Oh yeah. I was thinking about somebody else. Yeah.
So Deshaun Watson, Mr. Massage Boy. He has not very many weapons there. Right? Who's in Cleveland? Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
And who's their receivers? Nobody now, right?
Yeah, they lost everybody.
Yeah. Elijah Moore, who's not terrible.
Yeah. Who else is there?
Exactly. Oh, Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's there. And Marquise Goodwin. Not terrible. But Deshaun Watson, my man, listen, if you're throwing 4 picks to the Eagles in practice, I can't imagine what a real game is going to be like for you. I don't know, man. He just didn't look the same last season for the 2 or 3 games he played. I don't know. Something about Deshaun Watson is not feeling right. But also Dak Prescott, top 10. That's pretty bold too.
You're putting him in top 10?
No, I'm taking Dak out of the top 10. Those are my 2. I would say Dak and Deshaun. Dak just turns the ball over way too many times. I know everyone thinks he's going to be cleaning it up this year. He hasn't cleaned it up in 4 years. So let's be
Yeah,
real.
let it be. Let's let it,
Yeah.
yeah, be realistic here.
He's going to throw 15, 20 picks, and he's going to throw 30 touchdowns or something like that. But for every one he throws, he's going to give it up. So I would say Dak and Deshaun. Those are going to be my two biggest busts. And then I would say a special shout out to Justin Fields finishing top 6. I think he'll finish below Herbert and Lawrence. And maybe below Tua if Tua is healthy. So I would say Fields would not be a top 6 for me either. I do know he can run, obviously, but he
That's
can't
just getting him
throw
hurt.
to save his
Yeah.
life. He's no Lamar, he's no Jalen Hurts, where if you take away my run, I can still throw the football. He hasn't shown it at least anyway, so we'll see. But I would say those are my 3 guys that are not going to finish where they're projected to at quarterback.
So that I definitely could see that, and I am going to make a big move. This isn't as big as yours, but I think it's a pretty big move. I go this year. I have being number 1 quarterback this year. I have Patrick Mahomes being the number 1 quarterback with Jalen right behind him, like right behind him. I'm talking about we're going to go down to like the wire, and it's going to be Patrick's coming through. But I don't think Josh Allen is in the top 5. I moved Josh Allen to finishing by maybe 8. I want to say 8, 7, 8, but I would give him, if I had to put money on it, I'm going to say 8. And I have a feeling that Trevor Lawrence this year is gonna finish in the top 5.
Yeah,
I feel like he's going to be 4, 5, but it's going to be very close. But I see Josh moving back out of the top 5 position. Trevor Lawrence moving forward. Justin Fields, to be honest with you, I think he finishes like 8. There's a couple people back in the lower bracket positions who I think are going to move forward, but Josh Allen back and Trevor Lawrence up 1, 2, 3, 4 positions in my book. But that's who I got.
Fair enough.
Yeah, let's move over to running back and keep it going. Ooh. Who do they have as the first round pick or the number 1
for me?
Yeah,
Austin Eckler.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure we're on the same thing. I accidentally clicked on something. Cool. All right. Who do you think is going to come out of who's going to be your bust or not complete bust, but you know what I mean? And then who do you think is going to move forward? Who you got?
Yeah. So Tony Pollard's my bust for Dallas.
That is, I did not expect that. I did not expect that.
This is going to sound very haterish because I'm an Eagles fan. Yes. So I will pick a secondary person just so I don't sound like I'm hating on him. But they're predicting like a top 5, top 6 finish for him, and I don't really know why. It's a lot easier to run for 5 yards when Zeke is tiring the defense out for you for the first 3 plays. So I think Pollard has been good in the times he started. Dallas has a good offensive line; they always do, and they just re-signed Zach Martin to a big contract. So they have a good line, and it's promising. Like the potential is definitely there. I just don't think Pollard's the guy that people think he is. Like he's like being above Nick Chubb's kind of crazy. Being above Jonathan Taylor, kind of crazy. Being above Joe Mixon, kind of crazy. I don't think he'll fall like all the way down to like 30 or something like that. But I don't think he's gonna be like above those guys. He'll probably be like 15 around there, maybe like 13-ish area. And my secondary one's gonna be Najee Harris. I want him out of the top 20. I want him out of the top 20.
Why is that? What did he do to you?
I'm sorry, but you averaged 2 yards a carry last season. Someone comes in behind you this season, looks like they're going to be taking your position out of the training camp. I don't trust you at all. I want you out of my top 20 list right now. I want you below Jahmyr Gibbs. I want you below Kenneth Walker. I want you below James Conner. I want you below Breece Hall. I want you below Dameon Pierce. I want you below Miles Sanders and Alvin Kamara, who's suspended. And I want you below Isaiah Pacheco.
Wow. That is crazy. That is a huge prediction to get him out of the top 20 like that. That is monstrous.
Yeah. So, and then guys that I want to come up that I think will actually do better than they're projected to do. I'm not going to be biased. All right. So I'm not going to say Swift at 28 is a crime. But if I'm looking at people that are lower than they really should be, let me see. All right. So I think Mixon, should be top 5, top 6. I think
Moving up
Bijan.
7 positions. 7 positions. You think you can do that?
Yes, I
7.
think I think he surpasses ETN. I think he surpasses Josh Jacobs. Nick Chubb shouldn't be this low in the first place. But I think he passes. I could see, and I love Saquon to death, but I could see
I do
Saquon and
too.
him switching places. I could
Saquon. So
see
11. So you could see it going. Him dropping to 7 and Saquon dropping to 12, or do you just think he
the
takes over that spot?
Saquon third for me. I could see Mixon top 3 and Saquon top 10 still.
Okay.
And I don't know. They discount Mixon every year. He had run really,
I
really, really
love
bad
Mixon, dude.
season like 3 seasons ago. So like, it's always
Yeah.
like, we don't know what we're gonna get from him. He's inconsistent, but like he's been fine the last 2 years. And
Yeah.
with Burrow being able to sling that thing to 3 different receivers who can get open all times, Mixon's going to be open. And they probably, I hope, after the second year that they've improved their O line a little bit. Last year was a complete
just
failure. It
enough.
was still pretty bad. But Mixon's been running behind an awful O line for 3 or 4 seasons now, and it's been a top 5 prospect every season. So having them 2 places from Najee Harris is nasty. That's all I got to say about it.
Yeah, that's a lot. Man, the Tony Pollard would really threw me off, to be honest with you.
Yeah, Tony Pollard.
I'm sorry, Pollard. That threw me off because I thought you were going to move him up a little bit. To be honest, I thought you were going to move him up to maybe finishing in the top 3, maybe being the third, because he looks really good. He looked really good. But now thinking about it, you made that comment about Zeke tiring out the line, the defensive line before he plays. That's a good point. I didn't really think about that because he usually gets his points in the third, fourth quarter. Going into the fourth, that's when he starts doing some pretty crazy stuff. But yeah, I got to rethink some of my draft strategy when looking at that because that's pretty interesting. So I'm gonna make my bold prediction. I got Nick Chubb going up into the top 3 this year.
Yeah,
I think Nick Chubb.
It's always a good bet to bet Nick Chubb.
I wouldn't doubt, man. I almost never get Nick Chubb because he's your boy. You usually draft him in every league before me.
Yep.
I don't see Christian McCaffrey ending up in the top 5. I see him going.
Really?
Yeah, I don't see it happening this year.
Wow.
The reason why I say that is because the quarterbacks there are all really fighting for a job. Not job, but like for the be the guy. And them handing it off to Christian McCaffrey is not going to get them secure. The Niner fans are crazy, so they're going to call for it. I see Austin Eckler maybe dropping to 2. I don't know who's going to be the number 1 this year.
I can see Bijan taking number 1. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I can kind of see it. I don't want it to happen because I am biased because I am a Bucs fan and that guy's an animal. And I hope he stays healthy, but I just hope he doesn't do that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to wish,
You know how much I love Bijan, man. The draft, I wanted him
desperately. I know. You guys almost got him, but I am going to make this gentleman right here. I am not an Eagles fan. Man. I do not support the Eagles. You know this. I talk that shit when I can. But if you saw this man's cut go up the field, like if he was playing with like junior high kids, he's going to be in the top 10. I'm going to say 10-9, closer to 10, but I could see him being and fighting for that top 10 position. I could see him running it. I know they have some good people there, but Swift, I think, separates himself. I also see, I don't know why I see this too, but I see Bryce Hall doing pretty good this year. The fact that they got Aaron Rodgers and they got some Slanger, he's going to get some, he has been hurt, but he's going to be, or Bryce Hall, he's going to be good. He's going to have a chance. Instead of it being a workhorse, he's going to have a chance to breathe. Some play actions are going to go through, or he's going to get better looks. I think he's going to be someone to keep your eye on. I see him maybe going down to 11, but I don't see him going too far in. But that guy can definitely win some people some games this year in fantasy. But
yeah. I think for Swift, the reason why he's so low is because right now they're saying Gainwell is going to be our starter. I think by week 3 or 4, he yanks that shit from him. And then I also think even after not starting for 3 or 4 weeks, he becomes a top 10 talent.
Oh yeah, I put it by week 5. You're not gonna know about anybody else but him. It's just
Yeah,
he's going to be running it.
he should be for sure.
All right, let's move over on to wide receivers. Whew, this is where it gets dicey.
That's where it gets spicy, my friend.
This is where you make your bones right
It
here.
really is. I love receivers, man. I love receivers.
And what's crazy is I am not a big receiver guy when it comes to fantasy. You know that. I go heavy in the running back, but this year I'm changing it up, man. I am going to go hard in the paint for some of these top 10 wide receivers this year.
Yeah,
So who you
receivers
got?
win games. Receivers win games. I always say it. Okay, so who do I got moving up and moving down? Where's AJ at on your list?
AJ Brown at number 6. First game is
fine.
against the New England Patriots.
All right, so let's see. Let me look down this list real quick. Who do I got moving up? Goodness gracious!
There's a couple eyes I see here. People I see here that I think I can easily move up, and there's definitely some players I can see moving down.
All right, you ready? Ready for the big, bold one?
All right, let me hear your bold one.
All right.
Let me
He will be out of the top 5, maybe even out of the top 10. I think this is the year that we see this man's true colors. He does not play wide receiver. He plays slot receiver. And I'm sick of him getting overhyped for getting 10 balls a game. Get Cooper Kupp out of my top 10.
Everybody loves Cooper Kupp. How are you shitting on Cooper Kupp?
Because he does what Jarvis Landry did for the first 2 or 3 seasons when he was good. He catches 30 balls, which is fine. But at some point, when you don't have anybody out wide, which they don't now, you're going to have to just be on Cooper Kupp. So I'm cool with him getting 10, 15 catches a game for 20 yards because his 10, 50 catches a game for 150 ain't happening anymore. Now, AJ's been getting I could see him going below. Dang, Garrett Wilson's higher than Jalen Walker. That's crazy. I could see him going below Amon-Ra. I could see him at 10. I could even see him going below. I could see him going below Calvin Ridley, but not lower than Chris Olave. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, look, if Cooper Kupp's there, I'll still draft him. But like, if in that top 10 someone's going to drop off, it's going to be him or Garrett Wilson. But he has Rodgers throwing to him now, so yeah, that's my bold prediction for that one. I could see Cooper Kupp like being almost. This is going to like sound so crazy to say, but because it sounds blasphemous, and I'm probably going to be so wrong. But I can see Cooper Kupp being like the guy this year. Everyone's like, I got him in the first round. And he's freaking irrelevant.
Yeah,
like a DeMarco Murray in 2015 kind of situation.
That hurt so bad because it was like the first time I got him.
Yeah,
and yeah.
So who else will go lower for me? I would say.
Cooper Kupp is your out. Who's going in?
Cooper Kupp's my out. My going in is a guy that's way down the list for some reason, like way down the list. Mike Evans at 30 is a crime. Mike Evans needs to be way higher than that. Me and my group chat were talking the other day, and we got him like top 15, easy, if not top 10.
Yeah. So ESPN is saying that Mike Evans right now is one of the biggest sleepers this year. They're saying where he's going, if you could be able to get him, like Chris Godwin. I love Chris Godwin, Bucs fan, like I said, but the dude is injury prone, dude. I'm not drafting Chris Godwin before drafting Mike Evans.
Yeah, I wouldn't draft Keenan Allen either over him. I wouldn't draft D-Hop over him. I wouldn't draft Deontay Johnson over him. I wouldn't draft Terry McLaurin over him. I wouldn't draft DJ Moore maybe. I wouldn't draft Mike Williams over him. I wouldn't draft Tyler Lockett over him. I would not draft Jerry Jeudy over him. I would not. It's like even higher up. I wouldn't even draft Devontae Smith over him, who's 14. I love Devontae. Love him to death. Love him. Best. Yeah. We have the best deal in the league by far. But yeah, I have Mike Evans going up there for sure. If I had to do another crazy guess, it'd be Chris Olave dropping way down because I don't know who's going to throw the ball to him. And I could see Hopkins being like 15 instead of 20.
15. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I can jump on board with that. Yeah, that's a bold one. The Cooper Kupp one, I didn't think you were going to go with it because
Cooper Kupp was
volume.
A real bold one.
Yeah, is the volume? He's like it's like Tyreek. Tyreek is the complete opposite. He gets 3 70, 80
Yeah, he's
yards
going
for
for 80
three.
yards. Yeah.
Cooper Cup gets 30, 60 to 80 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like they're kind of the same player, just different roles a little bit. My bold prediction when a guy's coming out, and when I mean coming out, I mean coming out of the top 10. Because let's be honest here, if you can get in the top 10, it's
Don't even
you
touch
know.
Tyreek Hill.
No, I'm not touching
I'm
Tyreek
about
Hill.
to say,
Tyreek
don't
Hill
touch
is
Tyreek
my
Hill.
guy. The first three are
First
3 and
four.
4 can switch for
Yeah.
me. I agree with it. Number 1 and number 2 ain't nobody coming close.
It's a pretty
Stephon,
safe top 3. Like those 3 guys
yes.
are probably going to switch.
If I had to say, you could switch these guys this year easily.
Yeah.
That's not bold enough. You know what I'm saying?
No, not at all.
CeeDee Lamb, I put CeeDee Lamb exactly where he is at. I could see Devontae Adams maybe not getting this. I could see him still in the top 10. But
Don't
if I
disrespect
had to do
Amon-Ra.
it,
Don't disrespect Amon-Ra.
I'm not going to disrespect them because I actually like what the Lions were doing at the end of the year. They're coming through. But if I have to make a bold prediction, I'm going Stephon Diggs out of the top 10 and barely making it at 15, to be honest with you.
Ooh,
I don't see it is super low. Buffalo is a good team, but Buffalo is banking on things they did 2 years ago, and they have not added enough weapons for them to be unique and different every season. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it last year. Everybody's like, this is the year. Now they finally got it. And it was the same team, same plays, same runs. They got smacked up. You know, if people knew their stuff. Now, I wanted to make a bold prediction because Calvin Ridley is on 12. And I was going to say, I think he's going to make it.
That's a little low, right? Calvin Ridley?
Yeah, to be honest with you, I was going to say, I could see him up. Maybe not top 5. I would give him outside 6. I could see him finishing this year. I want to put him right here. If there was a 6.5, I'd put him at 6.5.
Yeah.
I think he should be in it, but I don't think that's bold enough. I'm not going to lie to you because I don't know who the quarterback is. I wanted to go with Olave to be in the man this year. I was going to put him at 5. I wanted to. Because Jameis Winston throws the picks, but he makes superstars, dog. He gave Mike Evans how many 1,000-yard seasons? There was a shitload of interceptions towards him, but made him look good. But the man I'm not saying he's getting top 10, but he's gonna make an impact, and people are gonna be pissed that they didn't draft him sooner. Is I'm going with DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore is going to end up in this realm right here.
So real quick. I don't know if probably won't change your mind, but the Saints do not have Jameis. They have Derek Carr now, remember?
Yeah, but Derek Carr, but Jameis is their backup right now.
Yeah, Carr's gonna play though.
Yeah, Carr's gonna play, but if Carr's not doing it, they gave Jameis some money. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gonna let him slang it, you know?
I freaking love Jameis.
I do too, dude. The W thing, I had to walk away from that. Dude, Deshaun, if you ever get to see what's his name? Deshaun Jackson. Watch that clip and watch Jackson in the background. He's like, what the hell am I doing on this team? You know what I mean? I was super embarrassed. But that's my bold. I think DJ Moore is going to be up there. I think he's going to be in this. I don't know if he's going to be 10, but I can see him being 11, 12, 13 in this area right here. Because DJ Moore looked fire during preseason. If Fields can stay healthy, I think DJ Moore becomes a 13, 14 or 13, 12, 11. Man, I hope I get him this year. So let's make another game. Let's see how many games Michael Thomas is going to play this year. How many games? 5? You want to go up 5 high or 5 low? You think he's going to be a full healthy season, or you think he?
No,
not me either, dude. Me either.
Let's have another bet and see what other routes he can run besides the slant route.
Yeah, right. Drew Brees was like doing a what's it called? He was commentating for the Saints game, and he was like, "Oh, it's good to see Michael Thomas ready to play. You know, it's been a couple of years since he's been on the field." I was like, you can't build the guy up and say he hasn't played in years. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it was hilarious, dude. But yeah, so that's who I got. Tight end wise, we can make the bold prediction for tight end, but if you don't got the top 5, maybe top 6. The big 3 here. Do you think Darren Waller does it in with the Giants like he did with the Raiders?
let me just. Dallas Goddard will be the number one finishing tight end at the end of
Oh
the
my
season.
God! Shut up. He is not going to be the number one. He'll be number two. He's not.
Dallas
Maybe
Goddard will be the
three.
number one overall tight end at the end of the season. Maybe Kyle Pitts, actually. I think they actually used Kyle Pitts a lot this season. I think they completely derail whatever
Ugh.
stupid plan they had last season.
Yeah.
But also, my ultra bold prediction. If you scroll down towards the bottom there, my friend, maybe like around the 20 area, 15
Holy
area.
shit.
You see Mr. Mike Gesicki right there
Where's Mike Gesicki?
at 20.
Oh,
Yeah, let's go ahead and put him up in the top 10 for sure. I think Mac Jones uses him heavy. When he came out of Penn State, he was a good catcher of the ball, and they didn't use him in Miami correctly. So I think he gets up there. I think he passes all the way up maybe to where Cole Kmet is at, which is at what, 13-ish?
13. Okay, so you put him in here, in this area right here.
I would say 15, 10-ish. Yeah. The crazy part is Zach Ertz is 21.
Wait. That's
Zach Ertz is down there.
Yeah. I could see if George Kittle stays healthy, I could see him being in the top 5. I could see this moving around a lot. I don't see these two moving too much.
Yeah, I think that's 1 and 2 still.
I think Darren Waller's still not proven with the Giants yet. I can see him dropping a hair. I can see Dallas Goedert moving up. Dallas Goedert has some hands, man, and the guy can take a hit.
He's making it a point this year he wants to catch 1,000 yards. Ain't
So-
gonna happen, but he wants to get close.
Yeah,
to
it ain't gonna happen. He has too many weapons on that team for you to try. And then, yeah, it's not gonna happen. But Dallas Goedert does have a good turnaround catch and they get hit, and he rarely drops that ball. So I could see that. George Kittle, he just doesn't stay healthy enough for me to move him where he's at. I could see him coming down to 9. You never know with David Njoku. He could catch 3 or 4.
He could be the best freaking receiver in the league, or he could be the worst. It's
the worst.
so
It's like who's
inconsistent.
Yeah, 100%. I really
kind of high.
He's kind of high for me, especially the quarterback situation.
Yeah, I think Fryermuth's pretty low. Pat Fryermuth.
I'm not gonna lie, the Mike Gesicki, I would take Mike Gesicki over a lot of these guys. To be honest,
that's what I'm saying, right? Over
a
Gerald,
lot of these guys.
over Okongwu, over Sam Laporta. Who is that?
Exactly. I could take
Dalton Kincaid.
Now for tight end wise. Do you reach for him? Say you're on the board. So say you're on the board and David Njoku goes. All these guys are gone. You see here. Do you reach for him?
Over Dalton Schultz? Like if it was exactly like that?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. You don't.
If we get past Dalton Schultz, yes, I'm taking Gesicki.
Oh, so you go big move. Okay. You don't go Tyler.
Yeah. Well, the way I'm drafting is if people are drafting multiple tight ends, then I'm gonna let them because I can get more skill position at that point.
I hate when people do it.
But 2, at that point, I'm not drafting a tight end until the end of the draft anyway, because
I'm in the same
people are doubling up on tight ends.
All right. So give me that we've gone through all of this. We've gone through pretty much every position. We don't talk about kickers because kickers don't exist in my book, but they do win games. We're not talking about defense. Give me your guy. Oh yeah. If it's not, come on. If you don't get this, let's see. If you don't get,
damn, Philly's high in this list.
I was just gonna say that. Gosh, dang,
it was crazy.
I thought they were like 4 or 5. To be honest with you,
Jets. Yeah, I would say around 5, 6. Yeah.
I was just gonna say that. The fact that the fact that they gave us 16 when our defense right now is still in shambles. I'll take that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey,
on
give
this
it to me.
list here, dude, you're above the Chiefs are 19.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Let's go ahead and say, who's the guy you're reaching for?
Man,
who's the guy you're reaching?
Yeah, it'd be a running back or a wide receiver for sure.
Mm-hmm. Let's see if I can click here. Draft rankings. So this is draft rankings. I don't know if this is PPR or not. But this is going to be draft rankings on what everybody is looking at right now.
Yeah,
I don't agree with this.
So spoiler alert. Jefferson's off the board. Just to let you know, Jefferson's off the board for everybody. If you're listening,
Everybody.
he's off the board. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't know why, you will during draft night. But Jefferson's off the board. Prepared for
Don't
that.
even look. Don't
Don't
even
even
look.
look
If you're
his
not,
way. Yeah.
yeah, if you're not number one, just don't. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah.
So who are you reaching for?
I would say if I reached for anybody, I would reach for Bijan at like 5. Which isn't really a reach if you think about it, because I mean, like no one's drafting.
Let me switch this
Like-
over. I want to show you something.
Like
So
no
we
one's
see running
drafting.
backs. Where Bijan is. So if Austin Eckler, if Christian McCaffrey's off the board, you going Bijan versus over Austin Eckler?
Yes. Let me just make it clear. Okay. If I'm number 2 overall pick and Eckler or McCaffrey are gone, I'm picking Bijan over one of them. Like if I'm
Wow.
number 2 overall pick and McCaffrey's there, I'm still picking Bijan.
You know what's crazy? I'm doing the same thing. If Austin Eckler's gone and it's Christian McCaffrey, and say I'm right behind you, right? And you pick up Bijan, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm probably going Nick Chubb.
Yeah, Chubby Checker.
I'm going Chubby Checker because I need the GOAT. You know what I mean? I need
Love
the
Chubb.
workhorse. So I would reach. I can respect that because I do like the way he looks. He's unverified yet, but he's a beast of a man. I don't see. He's a new Derrick Henry in my book.
Mhm.
But I can see that. I agree with that. So you're reaching one round, not too big of a reach. Say you're in the 3rd round, and we'll say Saquon's gone. Right?
Third round,
Say he
Saquon's
goes.
gone. Third round,
Saquon's gone.
Okay.
Everybody here is gone.
Up to Saquon.
Up to Saquon.
Yeah.
You going Saquon over Derrick Henry?
If Saquon's gone, I'm picking Henry right after it. For sure.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Now, no news. We'll say no news. Jonathan Taylor. You picking Jonathan Taylor with no news?
No,
No
I'm
team?
passing everybody there. I'll look at Jameer Gibbs, but I would go Mixon, I think. Or Travis Etienne. One of those two I'd go with. I'd very much consider Jameer Gibbs though.
I do like Jameer Gibbs.
I'd pass on Jonathan Taylor though in that situation.
I pass on Jonathan Taylor. I don't even look twice at Josh Jacobs.
No.
I'm sorry for people who get offended on that one because people love Josh Jacobs. I also go Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon is, I can see it. Let's say we're going into you have 2 good, one banger of a running back, and you have one mediocre running back.
Yeah.
How far in the draft do you pick? And you see Ezekiel Elliott available? What round would you try to slide and steal that?
I'm not taking
Zeke. You're not taking Zeke?
No,
Not even
I would if I'm in this situation where I have a mediocre one and I'm trying to hit a home run, I'm looking at Washington's running back, Brian Robinson.
Wow. Okay. Let me find Washington. So you're going with him?
Yes, he has I think of everyone on the list that's there, he has the highest upside. That's left at that in that range of people at running back.
That's interesting. I love how it's not playing it, but it's all good. That's interesting. I didn't even think about. I didn't think you would go that. Oh, okay. Something. All right, we got a video playing, and I don't know where is at. That's interesting. Okay, we'll say quarterback. You're in position 4. Your 4th pick.
Yeah.
Most of the time in our league, quarterbacks go sometimes in the first round.
Yeah.
Quick. And we'll say you have a running back wide receiver going into the 3rd round.
I don't value quarterbacks like that. I wouldn't even draft a quarterback in the 3rd round unless the only reason why I'm dropping in the top 3 rounds for a quarterback is if I can get Jalen. Not even Mahomes. If I can get Jalen specifically, then I might take the bait at the 3rd round. But I know our league, he won't get to past the 2nd. But
just had a spike.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm drafting the quarterback, I don't even draft 2 quarterbacks. I just draft 1. And honestly, looking at who's on the list, I wouldn't get a quarterback until like maybe 15. So scroll down a little bit, just because people are gonna I would take Geno Smith in a heartbeat at like the 5th round.
And you'd
Fifth and
feel
sixth.
comfortable with that, or you would feel
Very
okay?
comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when I start getting to like the Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, Desmond Ritter area, I'm a little nervous. Um, but like that Jared Goff, Geno Smith, like for some reason Rodgers is pretty low. Like that area,
Mhm.
I'm okay with taking anybody there. But I of those people, I would prefer Geno.
All right, I'm gonna throw a scenario. You tell me what you're gonna do. You pop in bubble, or you letting it pop and then you coming up behind it. You're going into the 5th round, and you notice that Patrick Mahomes, or we'll say, I'm gonna take Jalen because Jalen's off the board. Because
Yeah.
just we'll just say, actually we're not. We'll say everybody's on the board right now. You're going in. Your team looks good. Do you pop the bubble on the quarterback in the 5th round, or do you keep?
Yes.
Do you
For like
pop bubble in
Jalen,
the? Yeah, for the 5th. Yeah, you pop it.
yes.
Do you pop it in the 4th on a snake, maybe coming back to you?
For Jalen, yes.
I almost never pop quarterbacks.
I would pop
Almost never.
so at Jalen I pop it at like at 3 or 4. Just because I know I won't get him
Damn.
later on than that. In
Yeah,
our
you
league.
won't.
But if I
Because
get to the 5th and Jalen's gone, I'll even pop it for Joe Burrow.
I can see that. Joe Burrow,
I
that's a
love Joe
sketchy one.
Burrow.
I
Or
do.
Trevor
Joey,
Lawrence.
Joey B. Yeah, and come on, Trevor. Yeah, I got it. But I see. I sit on it. I sit on it because I feel comfortable with. I'm in the same boat as you. I do feel comfortable with Geno Smith. Maybe not Jared Goff, but and Aaron Rodgers. I feel comfortable with. I feel
Yeah.
comfortable. I do feel comfortable with Aaron Rodgers at 16. I could hang my hat on that.
I do know
Daniel
by the
Jones.
5th. I know for me by the 5th round, I'm covered in my positions that I want to be covered in.
Yeah,
So I know that
that's
in the 5th,
crazy.
if someone like Joe Burrow or above is there, I'm taking it just
Yep.
because I already have a set team. And bye weeks, like having people stress bye weeks, I don't stress them at all. I don't care about bye weeks. I'll take the loss that week if it means like
Yeah,
my
that
team's
makes
stacked
sense.
up. Like I don't care about that because that 1 week isn't going to make or break my entire season. And if it does, I shouldn't be in the playoffs in the first place.
Yeah. All right. We've been talking about fantasy football. Give me your MVP. And that MVP, I mean the guy who's going to win people leagues. Like the guy who were like, you got the Justin Herbert that season where he was throwing it. You got that Patrick Mahomes when he was putting up 46 points. Who is your guy that you think is going to win people leagues?
This is not going to be like a big shock. But I think Justin Jefferson picks up right where he left off last year. I think Jet is going to be a league winner again. He is, and I'm knocking on wood here because he's my keeper. I'm praying to God that he doesn't get hurt. He has never gotten hurt in his whole career. But I would say Jet is going to win people leagues. From the wide receiver position, I would say him or like, I would say him, Jamar Chase, or Tyreek Hill. They're going to win people leagues. Now running back is a little bit more tricky because like running backs pop off kind of randomly.
Yeah.
But if I were to pick a league winner, it'd be Nick Chubb every year until he retires. Or I really do think like Mixon and Bijan Robinson are going to be very special this year. But I could see, I mean, I would see McCaffrey, like Eckler. I don't think unless it's PPR, he's winning people leagues.
Oh yeah.
I think
Eckler
McCaffrey.
could definitely.
I think McCaffrey, Bijan, and Nick Chubb are where I'd look for league winners at running back. But Eckler being at 1 is kind of crazy to me, to be honest.
I don't know if I
value Eckler
agree
that
with
high.
that.
Yeah, I don't value Eckler that high at all.
A couple seasons ago, yeah, but the last, I don't know.
He's always hurt.
Yeah. And this year he's asking for a new contract, some more money. Usually when that happens, it just doesn't happen for the running back.
Yeah.
Quarterback wise, any of the guys in the top 10 can win. Oh, besides these two, because they're not proven just yet, but any of these guys here, maybe just.
Yeah, this is gonna sound nuts. Well, yeah, it's gonna sound crazy. I actually think Fields has a higher chance of winning you leagues than Josh Allen does.
I can get on that train, due to the fact of Justin Fields is a runner. Is that where you're coming from with it?
Allen is too.
He is,
but I don't think Allen can run for 90 yards, and I think Fields can.
Yeah.
But if Fields takes any kind, like any amount of like step in the right direction for throwing, It's going to open the window for him a lot, and he's going to be like a little baby Jalen Hurts. Then I could see him being, this year where Hurts was last year, which is that breakout quarterback that can do everything.
Yeah.
But I think Jalen, Mahomes, and Burrow are your league winners for QB. Lamar, I could see too, though, as well, obviously.
I can see Lamar getting up in there, winning some people some good games, especially with Odell on the team.
Yeah.
I could definitely see my pick for quarterback would have to be Lamar. I to be honest with you, I think the eye of Jalen Hurts. I think he turns it around. Not even turning it around, but just amplifies what he was already doing. I could see him ending this year as number one. Definitely number two. He's staying in number two for sure.
Yeah. Chip on his shoulder. He wants it bad this year. So.
Yeah, I definitely see him running in for more touchdowns. Well, so that can definitely win you some games. Wide receiver wise, you nailed it. Justin Jefferson. I think he's just going to be explosive, but I'll pick somebody who I think people can sleep on. I think Jalen Waddle's going to do good this year, and I think he's going to be. Me too. I'm a big fan of him. I think Calvin Ridley is going to be a surprise.
Ridley's pretty low, dude. Really should not be 12.
So Calvin Ridley was doing runs like as the B team, and people were watching him. He was being clocked faster than the A team. Like I'm talking about significantly faster. Yeah, and now if he's in football shape, I don't know. I don't know if he has played in a year. I don't know. But I feel like if you can snag him in the 4th, 5th round, that's a steal.
Yeah.
And a lot of people forgot about this guy. I think you can be able to pick him up. I think you got yourself a wide receiver one, hands down. Running back. If I am going to hang my crown on one person, I am going to hang it on Nick Chubb this year. For some reason, I have a feeling that Nick Chubb has something to say. You know what I mean? I think he has something to say this year. I also would give my hat to Saquon Barkley because he got that new contract. He wants to prove it. I'm a big Saquon fan.
Love Saquon.
But if I had to go with it, Nick Chubb. I think Nick Chubb wins people games this year. I think he wins people championships. I think he puts people in the playoffs in a good position. And looking at their schedule, it looks good. So
I'm hoping Deshaun opens the field up for him a little more.
Yeah, hopefully. And Deshaun can run too. That's what people forget. He had some legs on him. You know what I mean? Ran away from all those cases. He ran away from all those players. So sorry. But yeah, he can run too, man. And once he gets the cobwebs out, he could be a top 10 quarterback too. Like
for
easily.
Sure. Yeah, so top 5 easily. Before he got suspended, it was him and Mahomes. Those are the top 2.
Yeah, 100%. And then so a couple things went down the wrong way for him, but he can also easily bounce back. Maybe he falls away, maybe he comes back. We don't know. But yeah, I could definitely see this fantasy. And as the weeks get closer, we'll bring up here and there, bring up some news, bring up some sleepers. Maybe we can get Andrew to do a mock draft with us as a game
just
next
draft
week.
Randomly. Yeah.
And we'll do a whole like 10 people draft, and then we'll fill it up with bots and Andrew, me and you, and then we'll draft and see what. Because Andrew's going to be a perfect example of the people in our family league drafting. You know what I'm saying? So, it's going to be interesting. But did you have anything else, man, or do you want to wrap it up right here?
Speaking of the family draft and everything, did you make the playoffs last season in that league?
Yes, I made the playoffs last season.
Oh, sorry.
Shit the bed completely my first
Didn't
game.
really see you in there, Those top dogs were in the league of our own, last year.
Yeah, you guys did break out. It's just when you get to 2 championships, I would love for you to come talk to me. The 1.5 it's cute. It's cute.
At the end of the day, I have another championship title, and I have cash flow from the championship pot, thus making me a champion again. And I won your other family's league as well. That was a breeze, that one, honestly.
Well, nobody likes showboats, Matt. And that's where we're going to end it today, guys. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us to the end. Maybe you're liking the fantasy football talk. Maybe you're not. If you're not, drop a comment, man. We'll move this to something else. Maybe start up another channel where we talk about sports and some BS. But if you enjoyed it or you want to get into fantasy football, go to ESPN.com, set up an account. There's a lot of friendly leagues you can join or get some people together to play with. It's pretty fun. But yeah, comment, subscribe. Matt, you want to leave off with anything?
No. If you comment or whatever, and you want us to join your league, I'll join any league for any amount of money. I'm pretty confident in myself.
Damn.
Well, not any amount of money. I have a cap of like $50.
You have a kid coming too, so you know
Yeah,
what I'm
I got a
saying?
second kid in the way. You know what I mean? PC ain't gonna pay for itself tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
good luck with that,
yeah,
dude.
that's it. My TikToks have been a little bit slower because news has slowed down, but I am starting a new series. So if you want to tune into that, feel free. It's a more analytical series. I'm going to go by each team per player. I'm going to have 2 parts per player. So like shots he's going to have what makes him so special, and then what makes him so like negative in some aspects. Everybody will have that kind of duality to them. There'll be players that don't have a negative part of them, like Celium isn't like bad or anything, but I'll find something to pick apart about him. But
For
yeah,
sure.
new series starting soon on TikTok.
All right, everybody. And everybody out there in Hawaii, I know this has been probably going to get
Yeah.
to you guys, but prayers, thoughts. Hope everybody's cool. There's a lot of storms coming in Arizona. I know a lot of our people are from Arizona. Drive safe, be careful. God bless. We love you. And I think we're out. Maybe not. I don't know why it's not going. It should be going. It could be going.